I'm Yvette and welcome to Blossom Sandwich Sews. Today's video I will be showing you a new-ish make of mine to give you an insight into my sewing process and just to show how not always makes don't always go to plan. Not everything is as much of a saga as it was to make this, but yeah, it was kind of a journey. So this is the fruit salad sewing make that never was. You may remember that in April I hosted the fruit salad sewing challenge throughout the month. So that was where people could just post any makes made with fabric with a fruity theme, and that was really fun to do. So as part of that challenge I bought this apple print fabric from Sew Anonymous, which was really fun, like a really fun fabric, and I was really excited to sew it up. But then I decided I would make the Peppermint Wrap top with it, which is a free pattern. So I haven't really got any wrap tops in my wardrobe, so I thought the peppermint top would be like a good place to start to give it a go. But yeah, it just didn't work for me for a number of reasons. So I firstly, like, the fit on the peppermint wrap was just awful on me. Because I'm quite short, I'm only 5'2", so I often need to do a petite adjustment above the bust, otherwise I get kind of extra bagginess here. But I thought with the way that the style of the wrap top, it wouldn't really matter too much. But I ended up with the darts like super low, and it just didn't look good with the darts where they were just completely in the wrong place, and that made the whole thing like the wrong shape on me. Another thing that I wasn't a fan of was just, I think it was the wrong like fabric and pattern pairing together, because this fabric is Ashford Studios quilting cotton, so it's fairly structured as a fabric, and it just it was too thick really for the wrap, because there ended up being like 4 layers at the waist where it got wrapped around. And yeah, I personally don't need a lot of added bulk at the waist. And then just thirdly, I'm just still not convinced about wrap tops on me in general. I don't have really like an hourglass figure. My bust to waist ratio is not that big, so with my figure it wasn't ideal. And also, like, I just don't like faffing around with my clothes, like trying to get it on correctly felt like a hassle. Felt like it was going to gape at the bust, and I just didn't feel comfortable in it. So I kept it just to like figure out why I didn't like it, because I think that is important. Otherwise you just end up keep making the same mistakes and keep making things you don't like. So then I thought about what can I do to salvage it, because I really liked the fabric and I didn't want to, waste it. So originally I was going to cut off the wrap part at the waist and then like try and make it a button-up shirt up the front. So I kind of pinned it like that. But I'll put in a picture of what it looked like. It just looked ridiculous. Yeah, the apple print I was game for, but having my body in the shape of an apple was maybe not ideal. Just because it's the way the pattern pieces were cut for the wrap. It was designed to be, drawn in at the wrap. And then with the darts being in the wrong place, it just, yeah, that wasn't working for me either. So then I decided that I would fully unpick it all and go back to the pattern pieces and see what I could make from that. So that was kind of a painful decision to do that. So I didn't do it straight away. I kind of kept it and was like, oh, because I had like fully French seamed it, like all the way through, like even French seamed on the sleeves and everything. So there was a lot of unpicking to do, but then I went back to the pattern pieces, so I was like, fine, see what I can make. So my next idea was to make the Helen's Closet Ashton top, which I've already made a couple of before. and it is quite a good pattern for just like using up smaller pieces of fabric. So that was my idea of why to use that. And you know, it doesn't have sleeves or anything, the basic version. So yeah, I decided to try that. But then when I put the Hello's Closet Ashton pattern pieces onto the already cut out pieces that I had like removed from the wrap top, I couldn't fit them on because the Ashton top's got kind of an A-line shape that comes out towards the bottom, and this one kind of went in towards the bottom. So yeah, that wasn't going to work either without having loads of weird seams. So I was like, oh, you know what, I don't think I can make any clothes out of this then. So I started pulling out scraps of different pieces of fabric that I could combine with the apples fabric, so like patchwork together, because I was thinking of making like a sewing machine cover, kind of similar to Ruan, Yorkshire Slow Girl. She's been chatting about doing that for a bit, because yeah, I have got the super boring ones that just come with the machine, but yeah, I just don't even use them. I feel like I'm going to come back to my machine in a bit. What's the point of covering it up and then uncovering it? I know it wouldn't be that much effort, but I just, yeah, never bothered to get them out, and they're kind of ugly anyway. So I was like, if I have some nice machine covers, I might like actually use them. So yeah, so I pulled out some scraps of various things. So these are the sort of the scraps that I ended up pulling out, and I sent a picture to one of my sewing friends, and she was like, oh no, they look so good together. Do you have enough to actually, you know, make something that you could wear with them? So she suggested the Gilbert top by Helen's Closet, because it's got the yoke and like smaller bits, so it might work well for patchwork. So I had to think about that and played around with pattern pieces of, you know, sizes of the different scraps and the bits from the wrap top that I had, and drew out a few sort of sketches just to figure out how, you know, how I could do it, because I kind of wanted different coloured bits next to each other. So I played around with that for a bit, eventually cut everything out. Mostly I got things out of decent sized pieces, apart from this one little strip here because I didn't have much of the pink left. So all of this fabric, so this is the So Anonymous Ashford Studios apple cotton, and then the ginghams, so the pink and the yellow, they were both scraps left over from my Battenberg dress that I made. So that fabric was from Sew Me Sunshine. And then I also had this blue chambray, which was also from Sew Me Sunshine, that I had left over from a different project as well. So yeah, this worked out to be quite a good scrap buster. And I'm really glad that I made it in the end, because it was kind of really disheartening to make the wrap top, finish it, and then not like it. I haven't had many projects like that, to be honest, so I guess I've been quite fortunate in that way. But yeah, I'll show you what it's like. So I made the version with the with waist ties. This is the pocket on the front, if you can see that. And then I put my hair up so you can see my collar. So this is a camp style collar on the Gilbert shirt, so it doesn't have a stand. It's just, I don't know if that's doing anything or just making me look kind of 80s. My husband already said that I look like a 90s children's TV presenter in this, but I'm just going to roll with it. Then I put my hair up. So this is my Made with Love scrunchies, which I think goes quite cute. And then on the back, I did the yoke in a contrast colour and then two different halves down the back. So I'm quite pleased with how the patching went. I feel like it is quite crazy, but it's not like, you know, I think it looks like it's supposed to look like that, if that makes sense. I don't know, I'm just going to own it. I don't know how much I'm going to wear it, but I think it's quite cute with shorts for the summer. Details wise, so these are my Ethel and Joan buttons with different flecks of different colours in. And then on the inside, I've got the Made with Love and swear words sewn in label and a seam ripper So Anonymous label, because I thought those were kind of appropriate to, you know, illustrate how much of a process it was to get to this point. yeah, so let me know what you think about this. Would you wear this, or is it too crazy? Do you think I should still sack it off and just make it a machine cover after all? Yeah, let me know if you've done like a scrap busting project as a garment, or whether you stick to, I don't know, non-garment scrap busters, or you just guiltily keep all of your scraps in a huge pile and try not to think about them. Yeah, let me know in the comments your disaster sewing stories as well, if you've made something that you ended up hating, because that would be kind of reassuring. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you around. Bye!